Hello everyone, I am back with another comparison video. This time we got the Gamerverse Marvel Legends Spider-Man bootleg here, and we got the original one here. I got it from AliExpress. I will put the link in the description. I didn't know it's a bootleg. I bought it as original one. I asked the seller and they said like it is unlicensed one from the factory. It comes from the same factory, something like that, but I think it was a lie. I thought for a second if it's a factory reject or something because it is pretty good. It has a different head sculpt, but this is basically the body it's based off. It's the retro card Spider-Man body. So I thought maybe it's the prototype that they didn't have the head sculpt yet. So something like that. And the boxes that it comes with is exactly the same as the original one. So there is no difference at all, I think. I don't see any difference. As you can see, the color is slightly different maybe. I guess the bootleg is darker and yeah, the original one is lighter colors. That's the only difference. Everything else is exactly the same. So same thing with the figures. There is some slight color differences. But let's first start with the accessories. So they both come with the interchangeable hands, one web shooting hand and one open palm hand. Unfortunately, the Hasbro didn't give us both hands on both sides. But as you can see, actually the bootleg has better paint. The one on the left is the bootleg and the one on the right is the Hasbro original. You see this is a transparent white and this is a thick white paint, which is cleaner. As you can see, here's on the fingers it's going through a bit and here not. So Hasbro used more water on the paint, so it probably a bit went down and it looks transparent. Such a shame. Really shame on you, Hasbro. Bootleg paint has better than the original. It's crazy. Same thing on the other hand. I don't know how visible it is on the camera, but this is much more transparent. You see the red coming through. It looks really cheap. So maybe you want to use the original, the bootleg hands on the original. So on the other side it's the same because they both use the white pack here. And the bootleg also comes with this web accessory, but they don't come, I mean it doesn't come with this one or this one, only comes with the original one. I don't know, it was not on my package, maybe my bad luck, but basically that's how it is. And the paint, so the paint is slightly different on the figures. As I said, this is the original one and the paint on the figure is clean. I got lucky, so the logo looks on my copy thick enough and on the bootleg it doesn't. And yeah, this arm pops out very easy because this shoulder joint is also tight and that arm joint is loose, so it just comes off. But that's the only joint that come off so far. But yeah, I have to say it's much harder to articulate this figure than the original. But yeah, as you can see, the paint is very close. I see the butterfly joints are kind of darker red than the original one, and it doesn't match the body. And in the middle there is white paint missing basically on the logo. So on the body, the original one wins as the paint. And everything else is very similar. I think the blues are a bit different. Also the bootleg is a bit shinier, I think. But the red is almost the same. The paint on the web lines is very similar. And when it comes to the mask, it's a totally other head sculpt. Of course, nothing is matching here, nothing is similar. And yeah, it looks strange on this body, this retro comic head sculpt. I mean, it's not the worst thing. You can live with it. Maybe use a custom head, since this guy is now expensive. But if you can't find this head sculpt, as you can see, a very dirty paint here. I wonder if that would come off. Doesn't seem like it. Yeah, so maybe you want to use a custom head and get the bootleg. But yeah, there is some issues with it. As you can see, there's also some paint missing here. I mean, it is because of the articulation, of course. Let's take the arm out. It's easier to show here also. So you might want to shave this and paint it over again, because they didn't, probably. That's why there's some paint there. So same thing on the knees. As you see, the paint is coming off. Oh, down here it's totally coming off, and this pop out. Yeah, such a shame also on the AliExpress seller for telling me this is from factory. It is not. I don't think so. You can see here also the pack holes are, the ball packs are red instead of being blue. You're not gonna see that really, but yeah, worth mentioning when you pose them. I don't know, like this. Legs open somehow. You're gonna see that, and you're gonna see the joint red. So that doesn't look so good, unfortunately. And the torso is kind of loose. Not the worst thing when you shake it, but it is still much looser than the original one. The original one is really tight even. So that's also the difference. And other than that, everything is the same. The articulation, it's the same body mold. It's all same. So the toes, yeah, as you can see, there's more gap here in the toes. It's much more visible on the bootleg. So that's not the nice thing. And on the back, forgot the back almost. Yeah, the logo is clean enough, but there's still some parts missing. And overall, it's fine. I mean, if you're not gonna play with it so much and just pose them and put it in the shelf, it's gonna look good enough. But once you pose it, the paint on the joints will come off. As you can see here also, it comes off. This is strange that they used red joints, so why did they just not use this color? I think the original one doesn't have the issue because, I mean, the articulation is the same color as this leg part. So here, as you can see, they didn't even bother painting it red because it's gonna come off. That's hard to make, and they painted it here on the bootleg, but it's gonna come off. Didn't so far. Maybe it's not gonna come over here, I don't know. But basically you have the one option here. Use red ones or use blue ones. But Hasbro did the better option because when you have it blue in front, it's more important, I think, than to have the right color on the back, because since there's red paint here and there isn't on the front, and on the bootleg they painted the red. Yeah, exactly, they didn't paint it. They painted the red into blue. That's not a good idea. As you can see, it comes off in front, so it's gonna look bad in front and it's gonna look good on the back. Not a good idea. Strange they did that. So overall, of course, Hasbro is better, except the hands. And yeah, this side looks fine. Actually, this one hand Hasbro painted very well. Look at this. This is transparent. This is not. Strange. Did I use the bootleg hand here? No. Oh yeah, see? I put the bootleg hand on the Marvel Legends original, so that's why. But maybe you want to do that actually, so you had better painted hands. But yeah, I don't know about the joint quality, if it breaks or something, so I'm still not gonna do that, I guess. So that's it. Do I recommend it? I am not sure. If you don't find it for a good price to original, maybe just to put it in your shelf. But otherwise, not really. So, a lot of issues. So that's it for today. See you in the next one.